Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm SomethingStitches and I'm a fiber artist and craftswoman living in New York City. I'm always making something new and I'd love to have you along as I'm creating. My dad's wedding is in 2 weeks and I already have my dress and my shoes and a fine assortment of jewelry. But being myself, I tend to over-accessorize whenever I can, which means I need some hair accessories. My jewelry options are all very floral, so I'm going to continue that theme in my hair. Back when I was in high school, unfortunately, the tumbler aesthetic was all the rage, which means flower crowns were very in. I made my own flower crowns out of wire flowers that I made myself, and I sold them to my fellow classmates for probably way less than I should have been charging because these things take forever to make. I think I only have one surviving picture of them, and these flowers here are the only ones left of the flowers I made back then. Now, let's get one thing straight. I would never wear a flower crown to a wedding that is not my own, even if I was held at knife. But I think I can repurpose these wire flowers to make some really nice hairpins to wear in my updo. Now, it may be time-consuming to make these flowers, but it's not hard. All you'll need is 24 gauge wire in the color of your choice from the jewelry section of your local craft store. I chose the copper color. You will also need a pair of scissors or wire cutters. Just keep in mind that cutting wire with scissors is not generally a good thing, so you may end up damaging your scissors a little bit doing this. So don't use anything fancy. And you will also need one single knitting needle. I recommend using US size 4 for this. And finally, you'll need a nail polish in the color that you want your flower petals to be. Now be warned that making these flowers does hurt your fingers quite a bit, and if you have a manicure, your nails will be chipped to oblivion, but I digress. Now let's make some flowers. First, you'll need to unravel about 9 inches of your wire and give it a snip. Leave about 2 inches of wire on one end, then wrap it tightly around your knitting needle, like so. Twist your needle 3-4-ish times until you have a loop that looks something like this. Then wrap the longer side of your wire again around your knitting needle and twist it again 3-ish times. Then you should have something that looks like this. Continue making petals using the longer end of your wire until you have 5 petals. When you wrap your wire for any petal after your first one, your previous petals may become undone a bit. That's okay, it can easily be fixed by retwisting it a bit with your knitting needle. Each flower will look different, and some may look less than perfect, but when it's in a bunch, it's barely noticeable. I made about 30 flowers here, and my fingers are going to fall off, so now we're ready to add some color. I'm going to color a majority of these rose gold with some pink and white accent flowers, so I'm going to divvy out 15 of these to paint rose gold. To color in your petals, lay down some scrap paper to avoid dripping anything on your table, then take your polish brush and dab it onto the petals to lay some color onto them. This kind of works the same way a bubble wand does, except please don't blow bubbles out of this. And now I've done the rose gold, so let's move on to the pink. And a few white flowers here and there. Let your flowers dry for at least 15 minutes. So I know how to DIY a lot of things, but what I do not know is how to do my freaking hair. It is always a mess, and that's fine. So I watched a ton of wedding tutorials on how to do wedding hair, and I came up with this. It's not my best look, but whatever, I tried. So now I'm going to stick my flowers in for a little demo. So you'll notice that the wire of the flowers pokes through my hair in a few places. That's because I put these flowers in my hair myself, and on the day of the wedding I'm going to have someone helping me out, so that won't be a problem. So I just think they're super cute, they're very sturdy and they'll hold up. I can definitely reuse them in the future if I'm feeling a little floral. I think it'll be a really nice personal touch to my outfit. I always like to incorporate DIY into anything I do because it's a conversation starter, mostly about my favorite conversation topic, me. That was a joke. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Hopefully you found it helpful to be able to do this yourself, but I understand life gets totally busy sometimes. So if you don't have the time to make these, they are available on my Etsy shop. Check out the link in my profile. And if you like this tutorial, make sure to subscribe, comment, like, etc. the video. You can also check me out on Instagram, Reddit, Tumblr, all the social medias. And stay tuned because I have a lot more DIY tutorials coming up. I hope you had a great time and have a good rest of the day.